Good afternoon, this is Millie Whittaker for Solent News with your last update of the day. Coming up, 4 men have been arrested after a daytime stabbing, medical cannabis has been legalised, and 2 Southampton care homes are set to close, leaving 50 elderly residents leaving their residential status in the lurch. A Southampton man has been missing since Saturday morning. 27-year-old Matthew Busby was last seen 4 days ago in the Shirley area, and concerns are growing for his welfare. Hampshire police believe he could have been travelling in a silver Volkswagen Polo and could be in the Portsmouth area, Dorset or Ringwood. 4 men have been arrested after a 50-year-old man was stabbed in a daylight attack in Southampton. He was rushed to hospital yesterday, suffering from serious stab injuries. He remains in a stable condition. Our reporter, Megan Irwin, went down to the scene of the attack earlier today.
I'm at Gloucester Square car park where 2 days ago a man was stabbed in a daylight attack and rushed to hospital. The 50-year-old man was stabbed in an incident just after 3:20 p.m. on Tuesday 30th of October. Today, officers arrested 4 men on suspicion of attempted murder. 3 are from Greater London and are aged 20, 21 and 26, and the 4th is aged 23 and of no fixed abode. All 4 men are in police custody and the victim remains in stable condition. Police are appealing for any witnesses.
Cannabis can be medically prescribed for the first time in the UK. A limited number of specialist doctors have been allowed to prescribe the drug as of today. The change came after 2 boys with severe epilepsy were denied cannabis oil as a treatment after all other medicines had failed. Those who can receive the medical cannabis treatment include children with severe and rare forms of epilepsy, adults with side effects of chemotherapy, and sufferers of multiple sclerosis. But does this mean that legalisation of cannabis is on the horizon? We took to our Twitter page, @SolentJournalism, to find out people's thoughts. We did a poll and 63% of people said yes, it will be legalised, and 37% said no. A few people who tweeted us, Thomas Lewis, said it's proven better for you than any alcohol in cigarettes, and Ben Claridge said it should be legalised and it has been in Canada. It's no worse than tobacco. Tweet us and let us know what you think. One day you could be old, vulnerable and depending on a care home to keep you safe. But what if the place you thought cared for you actually shut down? 2 Southampton care homes are set to shut as part of Southampton City Council's plan to save £1.3 million. Our reporter has more.
Nearly 50 residents may be rehomed if 2 local care homes are forced to close, in a move which would help save Southampton Council £1.3 million. The council claimed that Holcroft House and Glenlee may be closed as the number of people needing care is decreasing, with most wanting to live at home for as long as possible. Both care homes provide help for those that are elderly or have Alzheimer's. Lorna Fielker, Cabinet Member for Adult Care at Southampton City Council, says that a lack of help from the government has led to possible closures.
One of the proposals that's currently on the table in our budget is to consider closing both of those care homes. As a result of almost a decade of Tory cuts, all local government are finding themselves in an absolute funding crisis, and I don't think any Labour council would want to consider proposals that look to cut services to vulnerable people, but we're being left with no choice at all.
Trade Union Unite has said that if the plans go ahead, it will be a callous and shoddy move. Unite and Unison have both said that there may be strikes to protest the plans, as 80 jobs may be lost. However, the council has said they will relocate these staff if necessary. They have also said that they will pay for any private costs residents may have when moving. The earliest the homes would close is April 2020. This is Ben Claridge, Solent Journalism.
Hampshire Fire and Rescue have been left speechless after being called to a rubbish fire that was a booby trap with 4 gas canisters. The fire, which was ablaze at 8 p.m. last night in Denmead, consisted of a mattress, rubbish and leaves, which concealed the gas canisters underneath. The police have since been contacted. I hope you all have your willy hats and gloves ready, because Bonfire Night is on its way. But Bonfire Night isn't without its risks. Alex Snook from Hampshire Fire and Rescue Service thinks if you play with fireworks, you're crackers.
Make sure everybody stands well back, a safe distance away from the fireworks so that nobody gets injured. If you do buy fireworks from the shop, make sure they conform to British Standard 7114. This ensures that they won't be faulty. Where possible, try not to drink too much alcohol to ensure a safe and pleasurable display.
But where can we all go this bonfire night? Daniela Costa is here with this week's entertainment across Southampton.
After the success of Oktoberfest last week, Mayflower Park is back in use for the waterfront firework display this Saturday. The event starts at 7:45 and tickets are priced at £8 for adults. But if you fancy seeing some fireworks a day earlier, another display is being held at the Strawberry Fields of New Forest. Grab your running shoes because Meon Valley Half Marathon is back. The 13.1-mile run is set to go ahead this Sunday on a revised course along country lanes and trails with views across the Isle of Wight. The Royal British Legion are hosting a poppy run on the 4th of November at Southampton Common. The tickets priced at £15 will go towards fundraising to help armed forces veterans in recovery. And finally, the Saints are set to play the reigning champions Manchester City this Sunday. Ben has more later on. Speaking of rain, Tommy Carlito has the weather.
Well, Daniela, it looks to be a washout weekend for Saints as we leave a rainy St Mary's behind. Last week's winds have died down, just in time for fireworks displays that will be taking off around Hampshire this payday weekend. Sunday is set to mark November's first wet winter week, reaching a high of 15 degrees and an evening low of 7. I'd suggest you start packing thermals for the post-work journey home. Evenings are drawing in as we move closer to Christmas, so expect a cold snap in coming weeks.
One thing that hasn't been affected by the weather is the vegan graffiti that has appeared in numerous places across the city. Sporting slogans such as "Dairy is scary," it's clear veganism has made its impact in Southampton. And now for our sport with Ben Claridge.
Southampton's Carabao Cup game against Leicester has been postponed following the death of Leicester's owner on Saturday. No date has been confirmed as of yet, but there are reports that it may be played some point next week. The game will be played at Leicester's King Power Stadium. This Sunday, Southampton travel to play against reigning Premier League champions and current leaders Manchester City. Kick-off is at 3 p.m. City beat Southampton in both their league games last season and are currently unbeaten this campaign. Finally, Solent Sailing Club are travelling to Warwickshire to race against other universities. The event takes place between the 10th and 11th of November.
That's all for your update at 4. Keep up to date with us throughout the week on our website solentjournalism.co.uk and also tweet us.